recording. Okay, for your question, like what Jay is asking, I think is completely new to this Dynamo, and he's asking what he can do it. Actually, his company have paid him, and now he has enrolled, like, I don't know with it. Okay, so if you're a Dynamo guy, you can do some sort of, you can automate maximum stuff which is related to the projects. So if you're a, I mean, like if you're a manager, you can build every single data. Like you can create a number of worksheets, you can create number of templates, you can create number of sheets, you can create number of views, you can copy this. I mean, you can place this views into the sheets. So this entire project setup, I can't explain the project setup tasks here. Okay, so that's what I said, like automate data extraction from the project documents to define scope, timelines, team members, and your goals. And if you're a manager, you can track your team, what they are exactly doing with the help of Dynamo. So now a short sentence, like now you just have to go and research YouTube, like how the Dynamo will help in project setup. Is it clear? Clear? Now, when it comes to the Revit setup standards, the BIM standards, every single standards. Now I want this view name supposed to be this. If there are any names with different names, delete it. So this is the way. I mean, if by mistake I have created some sort of views, so and they were not fit. I mean, the client has changed the path, the process, and they want a new stuff like new standards. Then you no need to rework doing like one by one, one by one, one by one manually. You write a set of an actions. You write set of an actions and tell that do this for 100 times, do this for 200 times, do this for 10,000 times. So it will create every single thing for you. Is it clear? Project standards, project information. If you would like to call this project information, so whenever you need into the Excel sheets or into somewhere, like, you can set all this. And if you want to set some sort of like true north locations and project north locations, or, if you want to extract this base point, like coordinate points, project every points, like if you want, you can store all in one common place and you can call whenever you want. Project information with the help of an Dynamo, you can store this in different standards will called as a definitions. You will be learning in the last day concepts. Okay, the BIM standards. When it comes to the modeling, and it will help you like what to do and what not to do, and you can clean your scripts with the set of actions to be done, not to be done. Okay, so here I have mentioned some sort of tasks, additional tasks, and this is I think old one. We have one more like architectural. I think this is the old one. Architectural tasks. So yeah, I think this is old one. MVP mechanical. I hope I've shared all this in the group. And all the WhatsApp groups I have shared. I hope you are having some like this. Like this, we have some. Okay, what you can do with. So this is from promotions. And this is also from promotions, but it is not applicable. I'll send you some tasks what you can do with from the structural stuff. Clear? But mostly it will help you in all the scenarios. If you're doing something manually, you can automate it. Any kind of a task. Okay? Clear? Okay, if not, if you still don't understand, let me talk to Krupan once. Okay? Clear? No. WhatsApp group is different. It's not our session group. Okay. Generally, you guys added from a different groups, no? That WhatsApp group. Okay. So, I'm this kind of a guy. I'm this kind of a guy. Every day I'll ask you any questions. Any questions? Simple. Okay. So, cover the questions. Move outs. Okay. Anyone have any other questions? Anyone have any questions from yesterday's topic? No? Jay, Jelena, Lavanya. Jay, I'll talk to you after some
Ah,
time. Okay. So, Lavanya, Ravanya, I mean, I'm so sorry, I forgot to add you in yesterday's session. Since anyways, it's a day one, you have already covered in, I think you have covered 2, 3 sessions in previous batch, right? Right? So I hope, I mean, I feel, I think you didn't miss anything. Okay. So, Prasad, any questions? Ragul, Sattar?
Yeah. Hi. I'm audible?
Oh, yeah, yeah, Syed, tell me.
Yeah, hi. Hi, good evening. Um, from yesterday's session, we have learned a lot. But the thing is, when doing practicing, I've just found out that something's getting difficult to find the notes. So any easiest way to, find the notes for each one, because can't be remembered whatever the notes which we have, like what you had taught in the previous session. Again we have to go back and just refer your script, and then again we have to come back and just remember these notes. So any
Syed,
way, easiest way to, yeah,
Syed, we haven't
yeah,
done
yeah,
10, 15 sessions, Syed.
yeah.
So how do you think still, even, my experience,
I got you. I got you with your laugh. Okay, I got it.
okay,
I'm just,
with
yeah, yeah. But
even if
yeah,
even if you ask me, Rajesh, do you have any set of notes? Seriously,
yeah,
I don't even remember. I mean, generally, if you ask me, Rajesh, can you tell like 10, 15 notes, like without thinking anything? Well, I can't say. Seriously, can't say. The reason we don't need to remember the notes. There is a logic. Okay. While you're asking for something, there must be some techniques. So I will teach you the techniques on the fifth day session. I mean, on I think a Friday. Okay. So this fifth session is going to be very, very, interesting because you people come to know how to ask Dynamo to bring a node. And on the same day, I'm going to share you the packages which I have installed in my machine, and I'll show you the installation process, how to copy all this. Generally, there are two different, the process to install the packages. The first one is somehow dangerous, but you have to go with that process, but not now. After your training, I'll suggest you to go and install all those packages by your own. So you'll have some sense, okay, this can be installed. No, 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 when we don't install this, maybe it contains some malware in it. And so you can identify. So you started noticing, like, the people, oh, this is a fake guy with his voice, with his answers. How do you find an is a fake guy? So with some sort of stuff, you can easily find out, no, this is not a genuine package. If you feel that it is not a genuine, don't install it. So initially, like, when you, the cinema poster looks with the high-end graphics and you go enter into its cartoon movie and it's in China movie. So you don't read the subtitles, which is, with a very small text. It is in some Russian language. So you thought like it is you're in your language, and you booked a ticket and you sit in a theater. So no, packages is a very, very dangerous concept. So the first process I don't suggest you at all. The second thing, it's a install, bulk installation. Okay. So you just copy the packages and you dump into your thing. So you can trust this because I have set for more than 3 months, 3 to 6 months in between to clean all the packages, to clean all the bugs in it. So you don't get any bugs. Generally, what happens if you install more packages, which contains more duplicates, which contains more conflicts, so which contains a malware, whenever you're trying to play with the Dynamo, it will automatically close the Dynamo and it will ask you to close the Revit as well. So these kind of insurance would used to happen before, but now they were eliminated. Almost like 90% were gone. But still there are few. I don't want you to, trap in that kind of packages, magics. So these guys try to, magic on you, like getting some sort of an impression. So no, don't do all this. So before you install a package, you have to check the health of a package, whether it can be like perfect for your requirement or not, whether it is really helpful or not. Okay, then you can install it. Okay, so you can trust the packages which I'm going to send you on the 5th day of our session. Clear? Clear? So, and the same day we'll cover this topic. Okay, so there are some techniques. Even if you ask me, Rajesh, can I create a, from, I have a CAD, can I place on all the elements? Can I place lighting fixtures from CAD? Do we have any straight away node? Even I have to apply those 5 strategies and find a node, and only I can tell you. Seriously, I'm very bad at memory. Okay, if you are like another Gajini, we both are friends now. Okay, so let's have some fun with our memory exchange. Okay, like PK. Okay, so don't worry. I'll explain you this node finding concept in the 5th day. Okay, clear? So any other questions?
Okay, got it.
Any
Got
other
it.
questions? Thank you. Thanks for the question. Yeah. Ragul, Shamala, Syed already done. Himanshu. Who's the scholar one? Who's the scholar? Akash. Akash is a student only, no? Ah, okay. We have 2 Akashas in this. Okay, cool. 2 Akashas. CB and Jana. Okay. So Ali, please don't join with 2 different names, huh? And don't use any dummy names as well, like color one. Who's this color one? Let me discuss this guy. It's okay, yeah. I think Jelena is cool. Okay, perfect. Generally, we used to have 30 students in a batch, but for silly reason, like that's a bad. Okay, let me see. I mean, you guys have to suffer some days. Maybe I'll talk to you later. Okay. So, shall we start a session then?
Rajesh,
Yeah. 10. Oh, you
I
have
shared some
sent me
snaps yesterday.
something, no? Let me
Yes, yes, yes.
check. Let me check. Let me check.
So, Rajesh, Safdar here just wanted to know that other group which was going to join, they aren't joining or something?
Which group? Which group?
You were mentioning there was a corporate company group which was going to get adjusted.
No, they're not. They're not joining. We didn't confirm. We didn't get any confirmation yet. So tomorrow, my team member is visiting them, and we'll get the clarity. So tomorrow, I'll let you know what's happening. Okay, fine. Just a second. I forget this time. Ah, who's that? Santa Ganesh.
Yes, yes.
So what's your query is? Revit dot elements dot face created. When you are calling, it is saying unknown element. Okay. And you're asking about like face demolished parameter name. So it shows like string words. Correct, no? That's fine. But the face demolished, none, it is an element error. Okay. Actually, so none is I mean, if you don't connect anything to it, it will consider it as a none and it will show it as an element ID. But here in our scenario, the none which shows in a brown color text, you will come to know. Let me try and show you. Select model element. select model element. Welcome, Jayesh. Sorry, I forgot you to remind. Jayesh, you can hear me, right? Sorry. Okay. Get parameter, value by name. Get parameter, value by name, and element to element. And the parameter name, whenever it is asking parameter name, place string directly. Place string and type face demolished. Okay. So when I connect this, it's showing me none over there. So which element I have picked, when I select this, so here the face demolished, it said none. Existing and new construction are part of element IDs. For example, if I set this to the existing, invalid order of phases and object cannot be demolished before it was created. Okay. So what if when I'm trying to change this to the new construction, now it's showing me the face. So there are some sort of an additional data. We generally have, homogeneous list. Homogeneous list. So phase demolished is that kind of a parameter. Phase demolished is that kind of a parameter. It contains some strings in it, and this especially happen when we have only nulls, null or empty or none. You will be able to see this like element ID or a string, or there are few more. I'll explain you in today's session. Okay. So what do you mean by homogeneous? All the items should be the same data type. For example, 1, 2, 3. I have a list of numbers. When I connect this to this, all of them are like integers. Am I right? Correct? All of them are like integers here. True? Come on, guys, please respond. Please respond. Huh? So, yes, it's saying it's true. Homogeneous. Okay. So, if I add 4, that is a text. Now it's saying false. So there are some sort of a homogeneous parameters. I mean, most of all the parameters are homogeneous, except like phases. And there are some sort of system types which accept null in it. All the rest of the data will be in element titles, but the null or none or empty, I mean, if it is an empty, it will be act like a string. We are going to cover in today's topic. Don't worry, Ganesh. Okay, good to see that you practice and ask very important one. Okay, so many questions here. Rajesh shared some snaps. Okay, material coming under integer, but I can't change material in my project. Okay, can you please explain about action material? Which material? Which material for what? Okay. What is full name? Can I call you Choke or Devarajan or something? No? Dev. I'll call Dev. I don't remember. Choke. For which element am I? For which element you're asking for? Material for which element? Any object? So where there is a, I don't have a material for this. Or do you want me to pick any other element? So where there is a material, no. No, that's what I'm asking, for which element you tried, like furniture. Let's consider this. Are you asking about this? Hmm? Okay. Anyways, I'll come to I understand. You're not able to control the, mm, the parameter for material. Okay. Good. So today you're going to see that why, I mean, generally there is a text, but it looks like an integer. There is an integer, but it looks like a string. So today we're going to see that completely. Okay. So no questions accepting. So if you have any questions, please use chat box. Okay. So we have tried yesterday playing with an element. It is a wall or something, element or something. Let's take this out. Integer, double, string, and boolean. So we have like few more. Let me explain what are those. So we have a parameter called location line. So what is the data type of this? What is the data type of this? Come on. What is the data type of this? Guys, please do respond. What is the data type of this one? I mean, parameter, location line, string, string. Okay, let me see. Location line. It's saying 0. Why? Why it is saying it's 0? Actually, wall center line is a text, and chance, no chance it is not at all, there is no number, nothing. But why it shows 0? Now, let me understand blindly. So it's saying 0. Let me try to connect the different numbers to it. Okay. So set parameter by name. Yeah, Himanshu. Set parameter by name. So I'll play with the same element. I'll use the same element. And parameter name would be location line. So it is saying it's like 0. So 0 is a number. So I mean integer. So I'll play with a number node. Am I right? So if it is a 0, connect this. So okay, perfect. It's already wall center line. What if I change this to 1? It's core center line. What if it's 2? It's finish face exterior. It's changing. Did you notice that? Did you notice it's changing? So when I change this to the 3, yes. When I change to 4, yes. When I change to 5, yes. It's changing core face interior. When I change to 6, oh, warning. So what is that warning? Element dot set parameter by name operation failed. External component has thrown an exception. Do you understand anything here? External component has thrown an exception. Huh? Looks like a tongue twister. External component has thrown an exception. External component has thrown an exception. No, it looks like tongue twister. No. So what it is saying that this is called indexing. Okay. So for example, I have a 5 rupees. A guy who come and ask me, Rajesh, can I borrow 1 rupee? Yeah. So second guy, second, third guy, third, fourth guy, fifth guy, yes. So unfortunately, a sixth guy have come and asked me, Rajesh, do you have 1 rupee? No, I don't say. How can I give? No, I need it any cost. I don't have it. How do I show? So where should I bring? So go and ask someone. So here, this is what the sixth operation. I have only 5 items in my, list. So I can return. I can do only up to that actions. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll just take a screenshot. Let me explain you. So when I set a value 0, okay, wall center line, 1 is a core center line, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So since I don't have a third option, that is the reason it's not, I mean, it's saying you're entering a external, component. So here the integer is going to act like a external component. So you're asking, which is not there. I mean, it doesn't have a sixth number. So there is no sixth option. So that is the reason. And generally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the count will be 6. But all the programming languages are zero-based indexing. So the first one would be 0 every time. Okay, I mean, if you write a list which is having 100 numbers in it, so the first one will be 0 and the end index would be 99. Okay, so 99 plus 0, actually it's a 99, but in Dynamo or in any programming languages, you have to say the count, it is 100. If you have 99 indexes, the count is 100. If you have a 50, the count, I mean, the count is 50, the index number is 49. Are you clear? Okay. Guys, are you clear here? Now, I'll explain -1 later. Okay? I'll explain that -1 later, not now. So we have a negative integer. I mean, we have a integer as well, negative integers. Okay? So we'll generally call it as a non-negative integer, and they are negative integers. Negative integer in the sense -1. Only -1. There are no -2, -3, nothing. 0 or -1. 0, 1 or -1. We'll see. Sometimes when you try to pull an info, so it will give you -1. So it will be, we'll see that later, but not now. Okay. So are you clear now? Is this topic clear? Is this topic clear? Okay. What kind of a parameter is this? It looks like a string, but actually it is controlling with an integer. So is there any specific name for this? They are integer controlled parameters. Is it clear? Integer controlled parameter. These will be looks like. So you can easily identify, like, if it has the drop down arrow, see, there is a drop down. So here I have a drop down. Do you have a drop down here? Do you have any drop down here? No. So do you have any drop down here? Yes. So do you have any drop down here? No, no, no. Do you have any drop down here? Yes. So not all the drop down parameters are, integer control parameters. Okay. Okay. Only few. And we have a few. There is another data type. So are you clear with this? Guys, are you clear with this? Are you clear with this? Okay, fine. Let's play with some other parameters again now. So I'll ask base constraint. We are not playing with any integer or any the existing stuff. Okay, so don't ask me any questions related to the existing. You try. Ask me something new. Okay, so base constraint without any typo errors. I mean, if you add a space also, no, it will show you empty. Okay, it will not show you the, I mean, by mistake, what happened? Some guys have that, I mean, unknowingly they'll add space. I mean, if you hit enter here, still no result. So try to avoid all this. If you forgot the space between, no, it won't work again. So now it's showing me and there is a one more. So I've told you another one that's called integer controlled parameter. Okay, there is a one more element ID. Element ID. So how do I come to know that is an element ID parameter or an integer controlled parameter? Generally, we confuse a bit in these two areas, whether it's an integer control or it is an element ID. But how? Very simple. If you have a text which is showing in yellow color, first blind thing. If it is showing a text in yellow color, consider it is an element ID. Consider 90% it is an element ID. There are some, for example, let's say they written true. See, that is an yellow. It's not an element ID again. No, please note him down. Okay. No. I mean, if you want me to write, I'll write it here, Shamila. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So there is a one more. Let's say I have a null. Even null is also now yellow color. So this text will not be a element ID again. So all the yellow color text are not element IDs. Okay. It means it's a different data type. Consider it is a different data type. Okay. Now, how do I come to know whether it is a, the different data type or element type? In the end, you will see the element ID next to it with a number, with a green color background, and it's a number. So this actually, what is this element ID for? What is this element ID? Is this element ID of this element? No, because this element ID is 892666 So what is this element ID then? So this is after the bracket, right? Let's see what is there before the bracket. Oh, level. So this element ID belongs to what? This element ID belongs to, very good, level. Okay. Is this clear? So now we have two things. I think it's very clear. Integer controlled parameter and the element ID. So exactly. So the base constraint, it is giving me, it's telling you that. So it is level 1. It is level 1. So the level and name equal to level 1 and elevation equal to so and so. Actually, these two guys are name and elevation. These two guys are kids of level. KIDS, kids, Buddha kids. Okay. So we'll come to know this. We'll play with this concept in coming sessions. Okay. So the first one before the bracket, it is a level, and after the bracket, this is a number and with a green color text. Okay. So it means it is an element ID. Now you can easily identify which data type is it. Correct? So you can understand integer, double, string, boolean, integer control parameter and element IDs now. Right? Shall we try one more? Not one more. We have to try all. Okay. So base offset. Guess what is the base offset? Base offset? Come on, quickly, very quickly. Please. Very good. Base offset 0. Okay. So top constraint. What about top constraint? Come on. What about top constraint? You have to answer at the time of I type here. So while I'm typing, you have to answer unconnected. But remember one more thing. The text, if it is in brown color, it is a string. Okay. So guys, you have to remember, I mean, if you want to understand the data type very faster, remember the color codes. What do you mean by color code? And these are default colors again. Okay. No, like they won't cheat you. Seriously, they will not cheat you. The numbers will be in blue color, navy blue numbers. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. So this color 1, 2, 3, 4. They're in blue color. Navy blue, we have another blue, cyan blue, the one which I've seen now. So this is called cyan blue, not this. Okay. Cyan blue is different again. It's a very, you love it. Serious. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 12.34. See, even double is also the same. Let's say string, of course, that would be in boolean. That would be in brown color. Let's say, Bimera, always my company name. Okay. Bimera. It's in brown color. Some special data types like null, like true or false, or there are a few more. And we are going to discuss one. We're going to discuss one more. So these are like special data types. Okay. So any other thing? Yeah. Element ID. element ID. So this will be in yellow only. This will be in yellow, but also have a number in the end. Is it clear? Is this clear, everyone? Guys, is this clear, everyone? So whenever you notice any color, you simply identify that. Okay, so it's a string. So you don't need to use even object.type also. Okay, clear? Yellow, I'll explain yellow in today itself, in the coming minutes. Okay, so don't worry. I'll repeat this yellow because we are going to cover what is a null data type and true data type and false data types. Okay, clear. So top constraint, it is unconnected. Why it is unconnected? If I set this to this, oh, that is already, let me set it to roof level. Now it is an element ID. I think the same problem with you, Shanta, right? Correct? Shanta, the same thing repeats here. So when I cross check, this is an element ID data type. How come a string over there? Generally, if it is an end result, if that is an end result, okay, and not a part of anything, not a part, this is an element actually. Top constraint will accept the elements, only the elements. But unconnected is not an element. It's because it's not a level. If it is not a level property, if it's not a level property, that will show it as a string. So when it is showing you that it is unconnected, don't consider this will be the final, data type. Okay, that is a string, and if you started playing with, no, it won't work. Then why all this confusion, Rajesh? Do you have any? Just a minute. My mic is in a wrong position. I think you can hear me clearly now. So why do we have to follow understand all this, like the color coding and all the stuff? The reason another. Let me insert yesterday's session. Insert. Oh, not this one. And resources. I have written some text yesterday, right? I'll check there where we are playing with. Oh, where is our code? Okay, this is a day one. Day hash 01. But I don't want this. I don't want all this. Let me delete everything. When I connect this element to this, and this time I'll check with if it is equal to X. Let's say param name. Now that is asking for param name also. When I connect this to this, it will show you that it is an element ID. So here it shows something unconnected, which is like a string. Okay, but here it shows it's like an element ID. Is this clear? So you have to follow the object.type in that scenario. Sometimes, let me use the same object.type now. Now tell me, if I connect this to this, what it will show? String or an element ID? If I connect this parameter, if I connect this output to this, will it show string or a element ID? Why? Why? Come on, why? Because the text here, it shows in brown color. So whatever it listed here, it will show you the same thing. Correct? It shows the same thing. Unconnected, when if it is unconnected, it shows it's like a string because the text is in brown color. But there is another way. So how do I come to know this, Rajesh? No, this is somehow tricky. I don't want to follow this. Is there any other way? Let me explain you very clearly. Element dot parameters. We played yesterday. Element dot parameters. So when I connect this element dot parameters and parameter dot name and parameter dot value, you'll see the difference in values as well. Parameter dot value, parameter dot storage type. Now let me, from where should I connect? From parameter to parameter. Very good. So from where should I connect to this? Can I connect directly to this? From element dot parameters. What if I connect from here to here? That will clearly say that, are you idiot? I'm expecting a parameter, but you have connected a string. See, parameter dot value. I mean, the text in this, it's showing parameter dot value. It means the node name. Okay, so try to understand the node name. The first, this part. Let me take a screenshot. So before the expects, what do we have here? So it's exactly the parameter name. So I mean node name. So the same thing will be reflected here as default. Okay. Sometimes here is different and here is different. So you have to consider this one, not this one. Okay. I'll explain you in coming sessions. So parameter dot value expects, it means expecting. It is expecting. Forget about in argument. So this is coding terminology. Generally, argument is nothing but like an input. So parameter dot value expecting input types. So remove everything. As I told you yesterday, don't read and confuse the entire warning. Short it. Okay. So parameter, that is expecting a parameter, but was not called. We'll just say that is connected. I mean, you have connected with string. So shall we read this from the beginning? Parameter dot value node is okay. So parameter dot value node is expecting input types parameter, but was connected with a string. Is this clear to understand? Everyone? Is it clear? So you have to focus what it is asking here. Here, the last part. Sometimes we have two inputs, same stuff. Here you have a comma and additional stuff. So you have to consider two data types and you check what are the two data types you have connected. Same in these brackets. In these brackets, we called as a C brackets. We have a square brackets. We have a curly brackets. Not these two. Okay, in the C brackets, whatever it is listed. So check whether you have exactly connected the same or not. Is that clear? Clear, everyone? So now, so that is expecting a connected parameter to parameter. Perfect. So parameter to parameter. Yeah. Now let's read. Let's read everything one by one before we play with the element ID stuff. Okay. So area, it is in decimal value. So that is a double. Happy. Base constraint, it shows it's like level, and it has end and ended with a number. So that is an element ID. I think the first one is also clear. So the second index, base extension distance 0 double. Okay, so this is a double parameter, but it accepts integer as well. Okay, but the user entered 0 something. Base is attached, integer, base offset 0 double, category walls, element ID. Okay, category, the text is not in yellow color. That now it is getting the text which is not in yellow color, and it don't have the number or something, but it shows it's like an element ID. So this is a category actually. So note it down. Let's note it down. Even yellow with in the end of element ID, white without any element ID. Consider for now. Clear? So is this clear? Is this clear? We'll come to that. Why it is happening like that. Okay. So comments. I have a text. Yeah, it's a string 7. Cross section 1 integer. Design option -1. Actually, -1 is in brown color. Actually, the brown color represents if a number or a text state is in brown color, actually it is a string, right? But the -1 is
String,
actually it is a negative integer, and it shows element ID. So the design option is an element ID parameter. It's an element ID, but it has the value -1. Now for Mr. this guy, face demolished 25. 25 it is none. 25 it is none, and it is a element ID. Okay, and there is a one more we played with. What? Top constraint. Top constraint 30. 30 is unconnected, and it is an element ID. So here there looks like a string. But it is actual data type is an element ID. So you have to consider this. You have to consider what kind of a parameter storage type is this. Don't mess up with object.type and parameter.storage type. Don't miss. So this has its own importance, and the parameter.storage type has own importance. So here, what is the difference, Rajesh? You are connecting an object. You are connecting an object. You're not connecting a parameter to this. Are you clear? You're not connecting a parameter to this. Are you clear, everyone? It's not telling you what is the parameter storage type. I hope you're clear, Santa. Ganesh, I'll call you Ganesh. I love that name. Okay. So Ganesh. Okay. So object.type. So this is not it's not telling you the parameter storage type. Here, this is dedicated one, like to tell you what actually it can store in it. I have a 5 to 10 classes. So I'm having some party with my friends. There are few Mirinda guys, like Maja people. Okay, they don't drink nothing. Okay, so few guys like this, few guys like coffee, few like milk. So different. So how do I come to know that parameter? Like, what we poured in it. You don't check what is poured in it. So what you have to check the guy. So what he actually drink. Do you understand? So the base is important. So parameter.storage type. Parameter.storage type. You don't have to check, what is poured in the, like what is served in the glasses. Clear? So if you have something in it, so it will tell you that, okay, it is alcohol, it is a milk, it is a drink or soft drink or something. Here it is directly telling this guy will drink that. Okay, is it clear now? So this is parameter and this is object. It's parameter and it is an object. How come same parameter have two different data types? It happens only with null. Let me explain. It happens with none, null, empty, empty, and last option. What do you mean by last option? Generally, if I have a list of, I'll show you how do you see the empty. I can show you one. So here I don't have any. So the phases have only these two, but this assigned with nothing. So we have an option. So I don't want to, assign the existing phase or new construction phase. That is an optional stuff. So that is an option. No, I don't want to. If the user don't want to assign anything, then it should be none. Is it clear? None is not an element ID. None is not an element ID. So null is not an element ID. As I stated before, null is not an element ID. It is a special data type. Okay. So mostly you may confuse, but this is a very rare scenario we play with. In that case, follow this parameter.storage type. Now, there is a one more hint without, without opening the Dynamo, on the Revit itself, you can say what kind of a data type is it. Is it possible? Is that possible? Huh? Shall we try? I think you haven't tried this before. Okay, let me show you. So when I hover the cursor on the length, what it is saying? Length, it is a built-in parameter. I think you have seen this pop-up before, but you didn't notice it. So built-in parameter, okay, and length. So generally length states in integer, correct? Length is a integer or double or something, right? Double. It's not an integer. Sometimes length can be 0.001 or something. No? So length is a double. Area. It's a saying area. Okay. Structural. When I hover the cursor on this, so it is saying SR no parameter. If it is saying SR no, what is that? What do you mean by SR no? Boolean, right? Cross section. What is it showing? Drop down list. What is it showing? It is not showing you a string or integer controlled. No, it is directly showing it's a drop down list. So it is a list. So how do I control this list now? We'll see that later. Room bounding, SR no, unconnected height, length, top constraint, drop down list. It is not showing you it is a string. Is it clear, guys? Are you clear? Ganesh, again. If I hover the cursor on the face created, drop down list. Face demo list, drop down list. If it is a string parameter, it will show you, like when you hover the cursor on the work set. Why it isn't showing? Oh, it's showing slowly. Wait for 5 seconds. Drop down list again. Drop down list. It is not a string. Is it clear, guys? So unconnected height. Try with your own discipline elements. Try with your own discipline elements. You don't need to open Dynamo to check whether it is this or that or something. Huh? Clear now? Everyone clear? Everyone clear? Everyone, I'm asking everyone, not only the guys who keep on responding instantly. I'm not asking only them. Okay, I'm asking everyone. Okay, cool. So I hope you understand. So you no need to look for something. If it is a drop-down list, Now you have to assume that it can be an integer controlled parameter or it can be an element ID. Okay, let me play with the rest of the parameters now. Let's play with the rest of the parameters. Okay, I want to control this parameter. I want to kill all these parameters. Seriously. Okay, so top constraint. What is a top constraint? It is unconnected. But don't consider this as with an object.type. It's showing me unconnected. Okay. So I fail. It's saying it's a string. No. So I place a string here. I place a string here. I place a string. The top constraint. Keep it aside. I'll check this unconnected to up to level UP to level colon and space colon and space level 1. Level 1. Let me connect this. Oh, what's a warning now? The element.set parameter by name operation failed. The parameter storage type is not a string. Array, you just show what is it's a string. But how can you say that it is not a string again? So this value that you have, assigned, that was a last option. It was an option. Okay. So I'll just hover the cursor on this. Now it's saying that a drop down list. So the drop down list, maybe it is the last option. So why don't I, if I want to check the real data type, I'll say, okay, now this I can't assign. So I'll check level 3. No, I want to assign this. I'll go and check the top constraint here. The top constraint, where is the top constraint? Guys, very important concept we are going to cover now. Okay, from now on, be alert. What is this 36? Okay. No, 36 is type name. Top constraint 30. Okay. So 30 unconnected and 30 is an element ID. It is an element ID. If any element, if any parameter storage type is an element ID, there is a trick. There are 2 tricks actually. Okay. The first one is a traditional trick. And the second one is shortcut. Okay. So these shortcuts don't rely on the complete shortcuts. Okay. So it won't help you in all scenarios. Okay. So let's see the shortcut first. Then I'll explain you the traditional process. What is this? Top constraint. It's saying unconnected, but it is an element ID. But we know what it's stored in it. It contains levels in it. So I'll type levels. Here, I'll use Control F. I'm sorry, not this. Control F. I'll type levels. Okay, when I type level, so it's giving me the levels option. See, there is a drop down. There is a drop down list. Actually, we used to have it before, like how it is an element ID and it is a level. So I know there is a name level. Can you please get me name for it? So you have to type, you want to set level 1 actually. See here, I have a text called level 1. So I'll use a string level 1. When I connect this to this, so now I have a level. Got it? Now I have a level. Keep it aside. So this is wrong. Keep it aside. So level dot by name. Connect this to this. Okay. Level 1 you can't set, no? Let me set it to level 3. Set. Do you see that? Now it's set to the level 3. It's set up to level 3. Did you see that? Guys, is this clear? Everyone, is this clear? Everyone, is this clear? Okay. Okay. So later on, these guys are very smart, right? The developers, like you. So they have said, no, I mean, it's very hard to enter the, name by the user. That's actually tough. So let them choose from the drop-down list. Let them choose from the drop-down list. So they have created a levels node and they have entered. So this node is going to fetch all the levels by itself and it will store you level 1, level 2. What if I set to the level 2? Up to level 2, up to level 3, up to roof level. So I don't have unconnected option here. I don't have an unconnected option here. That is the reason I'm showing you it is an optional. Clear, everyone? Is it clear? Shall we play with some of the parameters like this? This is very important. Keep on trying because even if you're married and you have a kid, even your kid also can play with the string and integer data types. Play with the element IDs and other stuff. Okay. Let me find one more similar parameter. Cross section. Let's play with the cross section. Remove this. Keep this aside. So use whenever it's required. Cross section, right? From where I have to take this? Should I copy and paste? No, it works with all the elements, with multiple elements. But initially, I don't want you to play with multiple items. On 4th day session, we are going to call multiple elements. So from 4th day, we are going to play with multiple numbers. Okay. So don't try to handle 50, 60 kgs on the day when you join a gym. Okay. Kalas, there will be no day 2 for you. Namaste. Don't do such kind of an activities. Okay. So don't play with multiple items at all until you know how to understand items. First, when you're trying to play with the multiple items, you should get the unique stuff. Okay. So I'll explain you how to do that in coming sessions. Clear? Good. So what is that? Cross section. Cross section. Okay. Cross section. Then value, it is a vertical. So I don't believe this. Anyway, when I hover the cursor on this, it's saying drop down list. So the drop down list, cross section, it is vertical, horizontal. I'll just type cross section. No, I don't have anything. Let me try with what is that here in this. As per the alphabetical order, C comes first. Cross section, that is an 8th index. 8th index, it is 1. It is an integer. So it is a, tell me. No, it is not an integer. Guys, I think you are getting confused. Okay. So try to understand. If this looks like, if this number like 0.000, that looks like an integer. Okay. And if it is an integer, then you have to call it as an integer. If any data which looks like a string, which is having a drop down on it, it will never be a number. It will not be a boolean as well. Understand? It is an integer controlled parameter. This is something different than the integer parameter. This is not an integer parameter. You can't store. What do you mean by integer parameter? I would like to store some number in it. I would like to store, I mean, if it is accepting an integer, then we'll call it as an integer parameter. This parameter is controlling by an integer, so it is not an integer. This is not an integer data type, parameter. I hope you clear now. Guys, this is a double parameter. This is, we don't have any, did we create yesterday? No, I didn't say no. The element ID. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is an integer parameter. This is an integer parameter. Is it clear? So what to say? Drop down. That's what I'm telling you, Ali. Drop down list can be in multiple ways. You have to understand. Okay. So the first. So this is a drop down list. Now you guys have to check whether it is an integer controlled parameter or an element ID. But the result which shows the number over there, and there is no yellow text, and there is no element. I mean, there is no element ID in the end. So we have a, what is another option? We have integer controlled parameter. Am I right? Guys, tell me who didn't understand this concept clearly, frankly. Who didn't understand this topic? It's okay. Who else? Tell me, frankly, nothing wrong in it. Everyone. Everyone. Okay, fine. Let me answer you with an example. 1, 2, 3, 4. A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is the storage type of parameter A? Tell me. What is the storage type of parameter A? Correct? Okay, fine. Let me connect something to this. I'll connect 1, 2, 3, 4. And I connect this to this. So it is accepting a parameter, and I mean, it is accepting an integer. It is accepting an integer. So if you want to change a value, and if it is in number, if it is a number, it means that's it. So if the param A equal to level 1, what is the storage type? What is the storage type? String. Very good. Now I have a level 1, comma, I have a level 2, comma, I have a level 3. Close it. Now I have a list of numbers. I have a list actually. This is a drop down list. Now I want to pick. List. Out of the list, I want to pick the 0, 1. So when I'm picking this, it's giving me the level 1. When I entered 1 in this, it's giving me level 2. So when I enter 2 in it, it's giving me level 3. So when I enter 3 in this, so it's returning a warning, index was out of range because I don't have any third index number. So I am controlling, this is the value I need. To get this value, I'm using an integer. To play with that particular data, I'm using this integer as a reference. So this parameter A contains a list in it. To control the items in it, I'm using an integer. So that is the reason I'm calling this param A as an integer controlled parameter. Is it clear now? Guys, is this clear now? Correct? So param B equal to, so 1, 2, 3. So this is like again a list. This is again a list and contains integers in it. Even though if I want to call this number in it, for example, this number is 500, 555. So the second number is 777. The third number is 999. Understood? So now I want to play with this value. Tell me, is this an integer parameter or integer controlled parameter? Come on, Akash. Come on, integer controlled. Integer parameter won't accept multiple lists. Param C equal to like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not a list actually. It is not a list actually. This is called an integer parameter. This is not an integer parameter. Is it clear? Is this clear? This param C will store integer in it. So that is the reason it is. So if you are having like another number, so it is a list now. If you have more than one value, you have a space to store more than one item in you are not a single guy. So you're not maintaining a small database, you're maintaining multiple database. So I have a storage, like not like, 1 MB. You can store like 100 files, so 100 MB. So now you are acting like a list. You're distributing each and for every user 1 MB down. So it is a list. So I have an option to pick what I exactly need. So if you're picking a data from somewhere, from some list, it is called integer controlled. Is it clear? You can't control with a string. You can't control with a string. Clear? If you want to control with a string, that is called a dictionary. We'll see that later. Oh, after many days, I have explained this concept to you. In this batch. Okay. Anyways, I hope you're clear now. What do you mean by note? I don't agree with this again, Sayed. So that's you have to figure it out. Struggle initially, research. This is what R&D, but don't text me. So Rajesh, this is not an integer. It's a drop-down list, but it is not. Try with an element ID. If it is, you can easily identify the element ID parameters, right? So if it is not an element ID parameter, obviously it is an integer controlled. Okay, fine. For example, now let me ask you a question again. I'll turn off all those walls, floors, ceilings. Don't save the project. Somewhere here, my family is here somewhere. Yeah, it's here it is. All my family, electrical guys. Okay, so this is a drop-down list, panel name. This is the drop-down list. Now, can you guess, is that element ID parameter or integer control parameter? Come on, give a guess. No, just answer whatever. Let it be. I don't say anything. Okay, so I'll try to, if your answer is wrong, I feel that you didn't understand the question and you have an additional chance to get a clear explanation. So if you're not texting anything, I feel okay, everybody understood, and if I keep moving forward, it makes sense, no? So why you have to suffer? Okay, good. Integer control. Now, the last trick which I have taught you, hover the cursor on the panel name. What is it saying? Is that saying a drop-down list? Huh? Is that saying a drop-down list? No, then text. What do you mean by text then? It's a string parameter. It's a string parameter. Correct. Let me try them. Let me play with. Data is very, very confusing. Okay. So don't try ever. Don't, you can't cheat your Revit data. Okay. So it will trap you like anything. So don't underestimate this. Okay. Now let me, where is this? Okay. I'll Control C, Control V. I'll copy this. Am I missing this script completely? Okay, there's an explanation. Chiche, spelling mark. Explanation. Okay, so move this item. Okay, these are like storage types or something. Value. Element dot. select model element, Control C, Control V. See, I'm very lazy. I can type it here, no? So why I have to do all this? Wasting your time. Select. Okay, select model element. Because I want you to notice what I'm exactly following. Some people will take time what is happening on the screen. There is a reason. Otherwise, I can simply type and do it. So cross section or cross section. What is that panel name? So if it is a drop down list, I've noticed it's a drop down list. So we have many. The first one is going to be 0 is AHP, 1 is CTP, 2 is EP1A. I feel it is like a number. And when I try to connect 2 to this, it will give you a warning. The parameter storage step is not a number. So it is not, it is a drop down list, but it is not an integer controlled. Clear? So all the drop down lists are not integer controlled. Is it clear, everyone? Is this clear, everyone? Huh? Cool. Good. So I hope you cleared with the element ID. Let's play with some other. Do you have anything? Explain? No, not with this element. Try with your own elements, okay? UV walls. I think we are playing with this element. Am I right? Yes. I must buy some 27-inch or something monitor. I'm not able to handle. If I can handle. Come on. What next? Yeah. Let's play with cross section. Cross section for this element. Cross section. Vertical slanted tapered. So now, so what is a 0 value here? What is a 0 here? If I set a value to 0, so that will set a vertical. Okay. If I set 1, it will be like a slanted, and 2 will be tapered. Am I right? Am I right? Guys, I think today you're going to, I'll be honest. Okay, we have a few more topics to be covered. So the session may extend for 10-15 minutes. Stay, don't leave. Okay. So this is expecting 0 and 1 and 2. If I set a value, I want to change this to the slanted. If I set 1 and connected this, okay. If I set this to 0, what is this? When I set 0, it's set to slanted. Let me change this to the 1. 1 is vertical. 1 is vertical. Slanted is 0. No, I think the last one is not accepting. Very good, Akash. Okay, cool. So now you understood. Okay, actually, this is ordering as alphabetical. Okay, so don't consider the list will be playing as like you have there. Okay, so consider A, B, C, D, F, G, H, like S, T, U, V. So S comes first, T comes next, and V comes correct. Now, is it accepting the alphabetical way now? Akash, come on. Is that going through alphabetical way? Hey, how come? See, when I set a value 0, it's saying slanted. So slanted. Huh? So what is when I set a value 1 is vertical now. 1 is a vertical. Actually, 2 is supposed to be vertical, right? STUV, right? STUV, 2 is supposed to be vertical. Then why 1, when I'm trying to set 1, it's saying vertical? So not all the data like will have, it's not taking alphabetical as well. This depends upon the developer. It's not in your hands. You can't control it. It is not in my hands. I can't change it. Okay. So you have to understand, okay, this is few of the, I mean, there are some sort of a drop down list, and this they're maintaining their own identity. Okay. So like this is generally called, in Python, we have a concept called list, tuple, set, dictionary. So there are different. We have a different. So list will be unordered. Like you can say that it is ordered, like no forget about order and order. So it is like mutable. And tuple is like a immutable. So what do you mean by mutable and immutable? You can change the order of this. You can't change the order. You can add something additional items to it. You cannot add. You can remove some items if you don't want. You can't remove anything. You can't change the order. I mean, you can change the order. You can't change the order here. So whatever the developer has written here, you must have to follow blindly. Is it clear? Is it clear? So all the drop downs, maximum drop downs are immutable. You have to follow it exactly. Clear? So we're going to see that in coming sessions. Okay. Let me delete this. I don't want to confuse you now. So vertical. So don't believe that it is exactly works with 0 and 0, 1 and 2. Okay. Ascending, descending order. No. I mean, that depends upon the developer mindset at that point of time. Okay. If he maintained, okay, slanted like alphabetical. So let's play with slanted. Some of them are like alphabetical only, in alphabetical way. Okay. So how do we check the order? By assigning the values. But if you change manually here, use get parameter value by name. Use get parameter value by name and connect that. Change the value, you can see the order. Okay, that's time-based process level. Okay, so you just have to follow simply like trial and error. Okay, but my intention, I want you to handle that parameter, not doing, why it is like that. If you're trying to go much deeper into it, it's a time waste. Okay. So some things we can't change. This is one of it. Clear? Okay, good. Let me try. When I change this, now I have to tell you a few more. Let me explain the rest of work set. What about work set? What about work set? So when I hover the cursor on this, it's saying it's a drop-down list. Let me check with get parameter value by name. I'll use the same element. I'll use the same parameter. Delete this. So it's saying 0. So if the work set 0 is this, so this can, I have a number of, work sets. So the 8 elements would be maybe 1, correct? Shall I assign 1 to this? Let's see. What is it saying? Element dot set parameter by name operation failed. Attempt to read or write protected memory. What is this? We have read only parameters and write only parameters. So far we are playing with the write only parameters. There are some sort of read only parameters. It doesn't mean the work set is a read only parameter. It's a write only. But attempted to read or write. So we are attempted to write something. A protected memory. What do you mean by protected memory? What do you mean by protected memory? Have you heard this sentence before? The concept before, protected memories. No? Okay. C programming, it's coming. Okay, good. So protected memory in the sense, generally we are using like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all this for like, controlling the values, right? So we have a limit up to some extent, maybe like, 100 or 200, we have that option. But for this work set, you are trying to play with a memory which is already allocated, somewhere else. Or else, for this work set, there is no index called 1. There is no index called 1. There is no index. I mean, it is having a list of things. So the 0 is there, but 1 is not there. I'll check with 2. No, I'll check with 3. I'll check with 4. No index values. 5, 6, 7, 8. No. Then what is the actual number if I want to set it to the A terminal? If you want to set it to the A terminal, now scroll down. See what is the number here? We just placed now. I have connected an element and I've connected the work set and I have set an A terminals. A terminals is 1950. What is this 1950? We don't even have that many work sets. So when I set this 19, 2188. 2188. When I try, so 2175. In between the 1900 and 2800 and 2100, there are some sort of numbers were assigned for something else. Okay, so we cannot control those. Clear, guys? Is this clear? So there are some sort of protected memories you can't control. If you want to see the things like the one by one, you have to understand, I mean, the data, how it is. You should know all this stuff before you, I mean, if you're doing the same stuff, it is, some sort of permanent list. It's not a permanent list. These IDs were created by me. I mean, these work sets were created by me. If I create the same work sets, it won't have these element IDs again. So these element IDs will be erased and new element IDs would come. Got it? So for the A terminals, instead of 1950, something 3950 something. Are you clear? Okay. So actually work set is a element, I mean, integer ID controlled parameter. So if you want to control a work set, you have to play with a number. Now let me check. I would like to set it to, if it is at the abutment file, right? So it's in a wrong work set. I would like to change this to the 1950. See now, 8 terminals. See, got it? Is this clear? Is this clear, everyone? Is this clear, everyone? So I'm showing you all the possible ways. So where a beginner do the mistake and the beginners who confused, I don't want to leave even a single topic out of this. Is it clear, everyone? Guys, is this clear, everyone? Huh? Okay, cool. Good. So okay, export to IFC. By type yes or no. What is the storage type of this? Just give a guess without looking. Boolean? Okay, nice thing again. If it is a Boolean, we must have only 2, but have 3 values. We have 3 values here. integer control. Okay, let me check. I have a 3. So I'll set, I mean, we have options 0, 1, 2 by type. So it's working. It's not returning any warning or something. Okay, so it means it's working. When I change this value to 1, yes. When I change a value, this, yeah, perfect. So export to IFC. If I check here, 13 is an integer. That's the reason it's working. Is it clear? And what about the result here? It shows 13 now, 0 now. Clear, everyone? So integer controlled parameter, is this clear, everyone? Huh? So we have to cover a lot. Let's okay. Move. And what else we have play with? Okay. If you're clear with this, we'll just sit on the element ID parameters now. We'll just sit on element ID parameter. Let's figure it out. All the element ID parameters. So the first one is level. For level, yes, we have a level. So that is an element ID. So we have a dedicated parameter node for it. So what is the next one? Fifth one. So category. See, we have a dedicated node categories for that. Okay. So element ID. So category. It's the same thing. Element ID 9 -1. Design option. See design options. We have a dedicated one and we have all these options in it in the design options. Okay. So you can pick it from here. And 15th one, it is an element ID again. Wall type. Wall types. See, you have a dedicated node for that as well. For all the element IDs, we have a dedicated nodes, right? So wall type, yes. 16th is also wall type. 20th, what is the 20th one? Image. We can't handle some of the parameters. So image is one of a parameter we can't handle. And material is another kind of a parameter we can't control. The reason, the Revit API is not completely open, guys. Okay, it's not completely open. It is like semi-open, let's say. Okay, I mean semi in the sense not 20-30%, 80% it's open. So you can do a lot of stuff, but you can't handle an image. What is that image? When I select a family on the properties palette, it shows an image. That one. Okay. So the material you can't control because when I click on the material, it shows an additional pop-up. It gives an additional pop-up, right? When I click on the material, it will give you another, like it will ask you to pick the material glass or metal or solid or wood or something. So you can't pick directly from, you can't pick the data from out of it. It's called UI, user interface. User interface. The Revit user interface have some limitations again. So even image is also part of a UI. Even this material is also part of a UI. So some of the stuff you can't handle. And when I click on the view template, it will open on another UI box, a pop-up. Am I right? It contains completely a number, the text, a numbers or something, and booleans. Like checkboxes or something. You can control that kind of, the properties balance. Is that clear, guys? Is this clear, everyone? So don't think that Dynamo can work no, I have paid some X amount. So Rajesh told me everything will work with Dynamo. No, if it is not working, no, you give my money back. No. So Dynamo has some sort of limitations explained and in what do you say that? In the demo as well. Okay, so there are some limitations. So from our Dynamo, the 30 days, like the complete fundamental concepts in in-depth knowledge, every single concept which we are going to cover, which is really required. So I'm going to cover everything very in detail because I'm not only, to be frank, I'm not teaching you Dynamo. You feel I'm teaching you Dynamo? No, I'm teaching you the visual programming concepts. If I give on, if I'm giving you, the technical terms of every concept which I'm explaining, you'll get confused. I'm not pronouncing those names. Okay. So I need an application to explain this concept. So I'm doing this. Clear? So I am doing with this on the Dynamo. Okay. Cool. The wall types. Just give me a second. I think a guy is supposed to join. I think he texted me. Thank God. No. Okay. So wall types. Let's play with the 24 phase. So phases. So I have a node called select phase. Very good. So 25th again. 25th is also phase demolished. So you can consider the same for the phase created and phase demolished. Is it clear, everyone? So element ID for 30th, 30. So top constraint, and it is saying it's a level. So levels. You must face some challenges. Why it's everything smooth? It should not be wall types. So 34, 34, 35. Array, here you don't have a challenge. Okay. What is the challenge in? So are you clear now? If it is an element ID, you have to play with all this set of nodes. Guys, is this clear? Is this clear? Everyone, is this clear? Okay. Now let me scare you. Seriously, I'm gonna scare you. So these are, if you check, all these nodes will not be available in your machine because they are coming from different external packages. First, suppose you went for an interview. You went for an interview. So they asked you to, if element ID I can easily handle. It is saying level is an element ID. You are looking for this node levels. You can't find there. You are checking for categories. You can't find there. You can't find the design options. You can't find the wall types. You can't find the select phase. You can't find the levels. What do you do now? In that case, what do you do? Huh? Traditional process. Is it clear? No, traditional process. Traditional process. See, actually the code works only when if you have a node. If you don't have a node, the code won't work. This is no code platform. There's a no code platform. So if there is no node, there is no code. You can't write your own code. If you want to write a code, you have to write it in Python, not in the Dynamo. Dynamo language is different. Dynamo code is different and Python code is different. Okay. So Dynamo coding will call it as a design scripting. Python coding, it is different anyways. Okay. Clear, everyone? Clear, everyone? Okay. What if in case Rajesh, I don't have this node in my machine, generally we used to face this issue like when you are very new and you went for an interview, like Revit interview, they'll delete everything in a Revit project, sample project. They don't have an elevations, they don't have a ducts loaded, duct fittings loaded, nothing. If you go for an electrical, like there is just a cable tray, and we're trying to draw a route. There are no fittings. You have to load the fittings again, right? So I hope you all face this in your career journey. Correct? Correct. The companies used to do this, right? So at the same time, when you go and join, when you go for an interview, they don't expect all the packages will be installed in your interviews machine in your company's, then I can handle it. No, try learn this traditional concepts. So I want you to understand the traditional stuff and the shortcuts as well. Okay. So when you have to apply, first you try the shortcut method to finish your work faster. Again, to write the scripts faster. If you fail in it, don't give up. Don't give up. Okay. For example, let's say you have placed some elements yesterday on a floor plan. Now, in a floor plan, like you have placed some elements and you left home and left office and in home and come back on the next day. So now the elements are not there in that. You're not able to see that elements in that floor plan. But you are the one who placed it. Why you are not able to see that elements in that particular view? Tell me the reason. There are many reasons. Tell me. You place some elements and you can able to see that in 3D, but you can't see that in floor plan. Why? View range. Very good. What else? View range. No level. Visibility. What else? Work set. Very good. What else? Very good. Filter. What else? What else? Design options. Good. What else? Hide in view. Hidden. What else? Anything else? Hidden. Temporary hidden. View template. Very good. Phases. Very good. There are many now. So why you have to give up if one node isn't working? Detail course fine, yeah, exactly. That also. Okay. And the discipline or something. So why it doesn't, why you have, why you have to give up if one option have failed, you have to go with the second option. Failed, let it be. Even sometimes when I'm explaining the things, even I'll also fail. I'll try the second option. So here, make an habit, note it down somewhere. Okay. Like if in case we fail with this, we have this option. In case we fail with the second one, we have the third option. In case we fail with the fourth one, fifth one, sixth one, seventh one, you must have a plan B, plan C, plan D, plan E. Clear everyone? Clear everyone? Okay. So fine. Now the traditional stuff. The traditional stuff. So we have a node called element classes. Element class and all elements of class. We're going to see this on the fourth day. What is this? We generally call it as a twin nodes. So if you find a node, you must connect the same node immediately. Twin nodes. They're like a twins. It won't work with any other node. They both works like. Are there any movers like twin? Yeah, many. Okay. So something. Now you have to check. This is a level, no? Let me type level. See, in this list, you have to pick what it is exactly. So that is a level. Since you don't have, let me move this aside. Move this aside. The first one is a level. So set level. It will give you the levels. Even it will also show you the same level 1, level 2, level 3, and roof level. Here you got the same thing. This is a traditional process. Now, element classes is like 2015. After 2015, what is 2015? Sorry. 2023, I think. Yeah. After 2023, like if I check with my version, this I'm using 2.17. Actually, this update is happened after Dynamo version 2.5. So after 2.5, if you are using like a 2.5, you can see like element classes and all elements of class. If not, element types. We used to have a node called element types. How it exactly looks like? Dynamo. This is a very old, outdated presentation. I generally don't follow the PPT. See, element types. This is the node actually. This is how actually it looks like. Now they have changed it to the element types to the element classes. So why they have changed actually the types to classes? Both are same. When we are going to more deeper into the concepts, you'll come to know, oh, the type is a class. In the last training, like we're going to know, the type is going to be like a class. Okay. So element classes, actually cable tree is a class. Duct is a class. Level is a class. Is it? I mean, if you don't believe that, class in the sense not a Revit class or Dynamo class, it's something. Okay. So Revit API-docs.com. Revit API-docs.com. So when I type level, see level class. When I type cable tray, it's a cable tray class. When I type design option is a class. Okay. What else we have here? Wall types and select phases. Wall types. Let me type. Wall type class. Phase is a class. So you understand, right? So why we are calling that as a class? Huh? I mean, we are going to see more deeper in coming sessions. Okay. For now, element types or element classes. If you are using outdated version of a Dynamo, element types, all elements of type. If you are using updated versions of a Dynamo, I mean, like, it depends upon your Revit version as well. If you install 2022 or 2023, it comes with 2.5. So you won't face otherwise you have to play with. Otherwise, if you're using 2020 or 2021, Rajesh, I don't see element classes in my Dynamo. Use element types. Clear? Alternative. So they have changed it. If you are working for any firm, can we use? Depends, Akash. Few companies will allow, few companies will not allow. For example, there is a WSP. They don't allow you to install any external packages. You have to sit and write. There is no other option. Okay. The time, cheat the company. Simple. Use AI. Okay. And in that case, the Python is the best one. Okay. Actually, I mean, there will be no restrictions installing the packages because it doesn't need any IT. There will be no IT restrictions. Okay. So nothing. It'll be, you can happily install it, but they don't suggest you to install it. Do one thing, buy a machine, like some Buddha machine, which like 50,000 or 60,000 on an EMI to survive initially, like in the initial days. Okay. So try there and copy the content, copy and out. I'll explain you some sort of a cheat tricks as well, because that's important. If you want to survive in your company, in new companies and act like something, of course, yes. I've did many tricks and with my companies. So they used to ask me, can we do this, Rajesh? I never said no. Yeah, let me try. Always say, let me try. Don't say that if you're not sure, will it be done or not? Tell them clearly, I've seen this somewhere. Let me try. I mean, if I could find, I'll directly give you the script. Simple. If you're saying no, they will not ask you again. So whenever you keep on saying no, and avoid the saying no when you are a developer, because most of the things you can automate it. Because when I have developed almost like 270 plus add-ins. The last one it's 270 plus. Okay. So add-ins so far for our clients. So it means we didn't say no to any other clients. Of course, we are a bit expensive compared to some other vendors, but our rate is, I mean, if a vendor who takes a 1 week will finish it in just 1-2 hours and will give it to you. We'll give it, not 1-2 hours. It'll take a week. I mean, it will take a 3 to 4 hours. I mean, like it'll take some time, like 3 to 4 hours for sure. Okay. So I'll definitely do that because we use AI for that. Okay. I mean, we used to have team like 15 plus people, but now we are 8 people only. So how again? How? Because AI can help and they can develop. So we used to, release the add-ons for free of cost when in 2019 when we start a company. Okay. So after that, no, a few, there was a company have come and asked us all add-ins they would like to purchase. So that they said like, why go and use free resources? No, they said they're gonna pay it. Okay. So one instruction again, you shouldn't release it into the market, any of the add-ins. Understand? Okay. So that is the reason like we are not doing it. So if we started getting the bill. So that client have changed my thing, everything. Okay. So then I started reinvesting on it. Otherwise, I'm sort of a charity mind. Okay. Cool. Anyways, otherwise I don't even start the trainings as well. Okay. Cool. Fine. So level and element classes. So what if the categories? The category is another set of. You can't find a category because category again have another list in it. Take it out. Design options. So design option. So I have total 8 design options. Wall types. Design option is clear. Wall types. Wall type. So I have total 12 wall types. So how do I pick this, Rajesh? I'll show you in some time. So wall types. Phases. Phase. See? Got it, guys? Is it clear? Is it clear? The traditional process. I do suggest you to go with the traditional process. Let it be. Let add a. Don't rely on this completely. I mean, no, Rajesh. Like my script is supposed to be, very clean. No, I don't want to handle all this. Okay. Now I want to play with design option. Then I'd like to play with the phases first. Okay. So there is an element. There are many. I'll clean this and I'll put it in a different. Okay, I'll just clean this complete script and I'll share you. Don't worry. Okay, so you can access it from the same place itself. Don't ask me the joining link for tomorrow. It is the same link till the end of the training. Okay, clear everyone? So the same playlist you're going to watch. Don't ask me again. Did you upload yesterday's video? Did you get a link? Can you please send me the link? So it's the same playlist. I mean, when I upload that here, you can access it from there. Okay. So if any one of you, because I know if you guys have an issue because out of 19, I've added only 17 emails. I don't know who missed those. Okay. So if you didn't fill that form, I don't have your email. So if I don't have an email, I can't share the videos to you. Okay, you can't watch it. Clear? So let me know. So Jayesh, I didn't add you, and Lavanya, I didn't add you there. So who else? I think Jelena also I didn't add. She failed today. Um, yeah, you're not there. Yeah, I know. Hope everyone did. I think Shamala also not. Let me check. Okay. So text me. Text me. I'll add you. Okay. For the 4 emails. Okay. So tomorrow's concept is something different because we are going to play with the parameters, read only parameters. Can you control a read only parameter? Can you control a read only parameter? Okay, fine. Let me explain this first. How to pick this element? This is the same element, no? This is the same element. It is K. we select this, the face. So I pick existing and is created. I've set to the existing. I've changed to the new construction. Okay, this is fine because it is easy to access. This is easy to access, and this is a shortest way. I mean, to make our script easier. So, but what about this? I'm having like two phases. Can I connect this to this directly? No. So it's loading. It will still keep on loading, and finally returns a warning, or else it got stuck. Your Dynamo stuff and everything. I think I have to reopen this Dynamo again. Why? Why? Can you guess why? Guys, who is a scholar to? I don't understand. Who is a scholar to? I think it's a dummy. Yeah, I think it's some sort of. Okay, cool. So why it is not accepting all? Because you have to pick the right one. So actually it is expecting one value. So the face created, I must connect only the existing or new construction. But Rajesh, I don't understand which is an existing here, which is a new construction here. Correct. It's saying that it is a phase. It is just simply saying it is a phase, but it is not exactly saying it's a new construction or existing, right? So in this scenario, we have to call the name of it. So let that load. Meanwhile, I'll just write it here and we'll cover this concept tomorrow since it's already late. Element.name. Element.name. Connect element.name to this. Then it will give you the actual name of this. And don't connect from the name to value. Don't connect directly again. Okay. So you have to pick which one have to assign to this. So this is expecting only one. You have to connect only one. But why did you connect two, idiot? Right? So that is what it is shouting on you. So you suffer. I don't leave you. So you hold the wrong button now. You understand? Instead of connecting one, you have connected two. So what is happening here? The process is called iteration. First, for the same element, for this element, it's going to set this phase. And then again, as I've assigned second row, it will assign second row. And again, it will repeat the same process, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. It's keep on doing the same stuff again and again and again. Got it? Got it? Is it clear? So don't do that. So in this scenario, we will be using a concept called indexing that we are going to cover tomorrow in tomorrow's session. Clear, everyone? Okay. Anyone have any questions? Your monster is asking, anyone have any questions? Huh? This monster used to eat if you if you don't have any questions to ask, this monster will kill you, will eat you. Okay. Okay. So generally my clients used to say the same thing, like, Rajesh, I don't have any questions. Why are you asking me again and again and again? Again and again and again. Because the inputs are not sufficient. The inputs are not sufficient. So if the client requirement is only one option, give them 2-3 options, show them like 2-3 options. Why didn't you try that? Why didn't you try this? So this happens, when you are, what is Revit Elements? I'll explain. Akash, don't ask me now. We'll cover in the last day of the training. I mean, 20th day of a training. Okay. Clear? So always the client say, yeah, if I have this requirement, can we do this? No, stop doing in this way. Let's try it in a better way. Let's try it in a better way. So I always suggest the better way to, go for the client's requirements. So I was habituated like asking always, okay. And not this. This is a 56th batch. Every day I used to ask like this. Okay, so cool. So this really, I like this part image. Good. Anyone have any questions? Is anyone using Midjourney here? Is anyone using Midjourney here to generate images or something? Huh? Midjourney, ChatGPT 4. Anyone? Himanshu, yes. Nice. Good. You're using Midjourney or ChatGPT? Okay, good. Of course, they're not pretty accurate, but yeah, good. Like this. Cool. Any other questions? No? Shall we leave for now? I hope you're clear what we have covered. Okay. So we have seen the element IDs, like, the very important thing is the data will try to confuse you. Don't get confused. Okay. So it shows like an integer. Don't say that blindly it is an integer. It can be a string. It can be a string. Okay. So some of the text looks like, some of the parameter data looks like a string. Okay. Then you have to check whether it is a, string. I mean, have a list of strings in it. So if it is a list of strings in it, whether it is an integer controlled parameter or element ID parameter. So still, if you don't want to do it, just hover the cursor on the Revit, that particular parameter. It will show you if it is a string with a drop down list, it will show you it is a text over there. Clear? So first you try to understand the data, because this is going to be mess you like anything. Understand? So the data is not simple. You guys are able to understand much faster. Seriously, I really appreciate it. For data anal, I used to take a session for the engineers who are into the CSK. I have another company like AI Labs. It's a AI company. So we have developed, I think you haven't seen this before. So we have developed this Bimera GPT. This is our own GPT, like a chat GPT. We have own, which gives the 4.0 results. 4.0 results. Okay, I mean, it's a very up-to-date. I will show you how to use this later. Okay, so we have developed this. At that time, I need interns. So I took a training for CS guys, computer science guys. They made me crazy like anything with their questions and everything. Since they are from the coding background, they don't understand the data analysis. There are many concepts like data manipulation, data integration into the different applications. There are many. So I do teach. I love teaching, first of all. Okay, good. Anyways, so after that, what we have learned, element IDs. So to play with an element IDs, there is a shortcut method. I mean, what kind of an element ID it is. So if it is a level ID or what is it, you'll come to know. I mean, while you're playing with that parameter, while you're reading that parameter, you'll come to know what it is expecting, or else go and read it in the element dot parameters dot name, dot value something. Okay. Then if you feel it is an element, then place the element classes node, all elements of classes, find it over there. If not, use the shortcut method. Is it clear? Is it clear? So tomorrow we're going to see the complete scripts. We are going to play with the complete scripts, what we have learned in the day 1 and day 2. Is it clear? So don't miss tomorrow's session at any cost. Okay? If you have a submissions, leave it. Oh, I have no key. I'm taking my promise back. Okay. So I will inform you whether we have a session tomorrow or not by tomorrow noon. Okay, clear? So if not, I need your help very, very badly. like I'm gonna send you a post, because you know, if this team isn't this team didn't confirm anything, so I need your help. You know, I would like to take another demo. Okay, so I'd like to take another demo to fill this the seats. Clear? Is it clear? I mean, just one simple share. I'm gonna send you some post on your WhatsApp. You just share it in your WhatsApp BIM groups. Okay, that really helps me a lot. Seriously. Okay, because you know what we are doing, we are getting from the training, and you know, we are reinvesting on some sort of a free platforms. We're developing an AR VR platform which costs like 12.75 lakh now. So we have already invested something, and we have some sort of, and all the companies are going to get this. Even the students are also going to be benefited. Even students also going to get benefited. Understand? Now the companies are paying 3,900 or something for one license for 1 month. Now I'm going to make it for free completely to all the companies, all the BIM companies. So we are investing on this. Okay, so this your contribution will help me a lot. Okay, clear? So thank you so much for understanding in advance. So maximum I'll try to take a session tomorrow. Okay, and I leave you. Let me see. Let me check tomorrow. Okay, clear, guys? Fine. Please accept this delay. Actually, they're supposed to start by next week, as per my management instructions. But I said no. They've been waiting from a week, so I don't want to extend a 1 more week. So let it be. So I promised them. I promised that actually there are 2 more directors. They're my killers. They're my monsters. I'm the monster for you, and they're my monsters actually. They're from MBA background, so I can't talk to them. Okay, so they didn't allow me. So I said no, let it be. Let me start, because I don't want to sit idle. Okay, so I started. In case if there is a delay, so consider this is the only first and last delay in our training. So there will be no more breaks, nothing. Okay, I'm promising you that. Clear, everyone? Clear? Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Good night.